the gentleman, Joe Perry.
I play all season long, and people in my hometown ask me if I'm still playing. Obviously, watching it on TV this week, they'll realise, you know, these are the ones that people watch and the ones that sort of you get remembered for. And you don't try any harder. Well, I don't. As a professional, you try hardest every time you play. But yeah, it's just feels more special when you sort of do well in these big events.
Oh yes. What a cracker.
Lots of people, commentators and pundits, talking about experience, and I always think that's what they're referring to. You know, it's not experience of like playing certain shots and different like frames. It's coping with all that and being able to sort of stay in your own sort of zone and play like you do out there, like you would do in a qualifying arena. You know, I think that's where experience comes in. You watch the top players and they're just totally at home in them surroundings. And yeah, and the more you do it, the more familiar it becomes, and the more experience you get out there. So yeah, I try and use that to my advantage whenever I can.
Oh yeah, best shot of the match. I think Joe Perry's played that.
I can't see the end for me yet for a long time, but when you do beat the best players in the world on the biggest occasions, it just gives you a little G up, you know, and just keeps it all there and keeps it all fresh, and you know, you look forward to going home and putting some more hours in and reliving these sort of moments again. So it could be easy to sort of fall away in this game, I think, when you hit a certain age, but when you have like days like today, for me, it just keeps it all really fresh and buzzing.
Well, after the week he's had, Perry, as the world number 21, was favourite going into this match. But it was Tom Ford who came sprinting out of his blocks. Breaks of 44 and 76 put him 2-0 ahead. So we're going to pick them up in frame 3. And Perry marginally in front in this one by 5 points, all being watched by Ken Doherty and Dennis Taylor.
Just not settled at all. Joe Perry needs to, as you said, Dennis, needs to get his arm going. And all these type of shots will unnerve him more. Tom, on the other hand, will be taking full advantage here. Good pot.
1.
Nicely on the blue. Can play for the red that's closest to the pink. He's got another one in down into this bottom left-hand corner pocket as well. But he'd love to get the pink
6.
black back up on its own spot.
Seven.
Yeah, in a couple of shots' time it would be worth trying to get onto the black, because of the red that's next to the pink. You know, you'd have no problem getting onto that. It doesn't have to do that. In fact, there's a red at the moment just a little bit awkward near the black spot.
I'm just wondering, can he drop this blue in, Dennis, and hold for the red just to the right of the pink spot? That will certainly open up the pink spot a little bit more. He's held that too much. Well, he's okay. He can go
12.
pot this red and go off a couple of cushions and back up for blue here.
13.
Love to travel with this cue ball up for the pink.
Yep, straightforward to get on that red I mentioned. And now he can forget about the black. He's got the pink back up this end of the table, so concentrate now on pinks and blues.
19.
Good chance.
20.
Yeah, Yes, and that red just to the right of the pink, the one I spoke about earlier. I'd love to get rid of that one anytime soon. Maybe able to hold for here off the blue. He has done. He's got a wonderful touch, Dennis, hasn't he? He's got nice control on the cue ball.
25.
He's got a lovely deft touch when he's in around it, amongst the balls. Can play this red and get the pink for middle or corner pocket.
26.
Yeah, you mentioned about how many centuries he's made in his career. 195. He's had 3 in this year's UK Championship.
Top 2. Top 3.
Tom's just looking at that cushion as he walked around. He felt he got a bit of a bounce, a quick bounce off it. That's why he's slightly out of position. He's still rubbing the cushion there. I'll tell you what, that's a super shot, because he had to play with loads of left-hand side and using the rest and to cut the blue in with the side on. Excellent.
Top 9.
In fact, Ken, he's playing much better in this match than he did against Lu Ning.
Yeah, this will be controlling his emotions out there, and looks to be playing nice and freely
45.
indeed. Okay, missed a couple in the first couple of frames, but still in all he looks more relaxed of the two players at the moment. Nice break of 76 in the last frame. 45 and counting here. He's only another few
46.
pots away from winning this frame in this visit, and there's another wonderful positional shot. Perfectly on the pink, just to drop on the 2 reds below. Wow.
Yeah.
Thought he missed it. His
52.
heart skipped the beat there, I bet. He does love it, and he does love a shake of the head, doesn't he, does Tom Ford? You may see quite a bit of it during this match, but he does love a little shake of the head now and again.
$53.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's shaking his head to a 3-0 advantage here. This is very impressive from the man from Leicester.
59. $60.
The frame already safe, so
It's really good stuff, isn't it?
66. $67.
Very nice indeed. Never seems to hit the ball too hard, Dennis. You know, he floats a lot of the balls in, and he's got a wonderful touch, isn't he?
yeah, I think these very fast cloths are suited to
73.
Tom's cue action.
74.
He's got an angle on the pink. He might try and move this red rather than drop in behind it. No, he couldn't move it, so this is one of those tricky ones, and he needs to get a little bit of pace on it. I mean, it doesn't matter, but it would be nice if he could make a century. No, they're
Don't
tough
hold
along
it.
the cushion, but he won't be too concerned about that. What a start for Tom Ford. Another frame on the board, and he leads Joe Perry by 3 frames to 0.
And indeed, Tom won the next as well after a contribution of 35. And remember, he's never been this far in this UK Championship before. He is grabbing this opportunity, isn't he? And Joe, who knocked out Judd Trump in the last round, has been caught cold here. Would the interval change things? Here they are, frame 5. The gentleman, Joe, 3 points ahead.
Just think it can. He's got to win this frame, hasn't he? 5-0, you wouldn't give him much of a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know what he did at the interval, whether he went just up to, I know his father's here and his friend, or he went onto the practice table. If I were him, I would have been on the practice table straight away, but some players do like to go and hit a few balls at the interval. Some of them don't bother. Just a cup of tea and a chat. Oh, this looks pretty good. Yeah, he had a look at that. Oh, and look at the little flick on the green as well. So everything is going Tom's way at the moment. But sometimes, you know, we always say intervals can change matches, Dennis. And if he managed to get a couple of frames on the board, momentum can be gathered. But at the moment, it's all Tom Ford. Another chance here, looking at the green. He has a nice angle on the green to get down for that red right of the bunch that's in open play, but it's a big target, the reds as well. He could maybe go into the reds if he wishes. He's going into the reds now. How's his look? Could have been a little bit better. The red to the right of the black is potable into the left-hand corner pocket. There you see it. Clearly goes. And there's not too much pressure on this red because he won't be leaving anything. The bunch will be covering the red as the phone goes off. It's not there.
Can you make sure that's switched off, please?
I thought he'd be trying to cover the red with the bunch. I'm not quite sure where he's left the gap now.
We'd have to bend this a little bit, as you can see. Oh, that's a great shot.
1.
And if the pink goes, it's an even better one. He's got the long blue, but yeah, the pink clearly pots, but that last shot, he had to swerve it. Right, time to go to work, Joe.
Come on, please, Joe.
All the spots are occupied, so delicate little spotting operation here on the pink.
Thank you. 7. 8.
Not the best shot. He would have liked to be a little bit closer with the cue ball to the black. But he still has a nice angle. He's got to go into the right hand side of the bunch here. Now, only one red came out, and he's not on the bottom red of the bunch.
15.
So struggling a little bit for position at the moment.
16.
Now, just one good shot here from Joe Perry. Try and split the pack of reds. Must catch the first red, full ball. That's not too bad.
21.
I think I mentioned earlier his highest
22.
break in the opening 4 frames was just 28. And when you think he made a couple of centuries against Judd Trump, he hasn't had a lot of chances. He's missed a few blacks off the spot early in the match here, but this is a bit more like
29.
it. So is that mid-session interval going to turn things around?
30.
Yeah, it can sometimes clear your mind. Just get out of the arena for 15 minutes. Looks a bit more confident going around the table, but really needs to win this frame from this visit. You would feel, just give a bit of reassurance. In
fact,
38.
Joe, I think, has made something like, I think it's 7 centuries in this year's UK Championship. He may be out in front with the amount of centuries made.
$45.
Held for this red nicely, and when potting this red, just brush into the red just above it. Bring that into
46.
play. But hasn't judged that very, very well. Looked up to heaven. Oh. Good pot. But unless he pulls another good one out.
53.
Ah, well played. Well
54.
played. Yeah, needed a good pot there. 53 ahead, so Black will put him 60 ahead. Just one more red remaining before his opponent Tom Ford will need a snooker. But he'd really love to make a really good break here.
$61. $62.
I think the red left of the pink will pot as well, so it doesn't need to make a cannon here. And when he pots this, he will release the red to the right of the pink.
67.
So he's had to work his way for this break. But under the circumstances, Dennis, like 4-0 down, this has been really top quality stuff.
Well, I've said a few times about Joe nowadays, blessed with a very good temperament, and he's showing that here.
74.
One good cannon here, and every chance he could make a century break. Played it perfectly.
82.
He'll be feeling much
83.
better now.
90. $91. $94.
Made 17 centuries already this season. Joe Perry.
96.
And we've had a record number of centuries in this tournament. UK Championship, 128 centuries, incredible record.
99.
And I'm almost certain this is going to put Joe on century number 8. Absolutely fantastic. That is Joe's 8th century in this year's Betway UK Championship. Coming just at the right time.
108.
While we talk about the interval turning things around, it's certainly done that here.
114.
He'll be feeling reluctant to now. It's still a long way back for gentleman Joe Perry, but that was a magnificent century break. But he still trails by 4 frames to 1.
Yeah, Joe Perry was awesome against Judd Trump yesterday, and of course this time he goes in as favourites, and it seems to have weighed heavily on his shoulders in the early part of this match, but he's off and running now. So is the comeback on? Let's find out. We move into frame 6, and it's Ford 18 points in front here.
Oh, it's gone all wrong. A chance for Joe. He'll be straight up trying, as I said, what Tom should have done earlier is get that pink back on its own spot.
One.
It's perfect. Wanted a full ball cannon on that red, just to hold it for the red to the left centre. Just drifted slightly, but he's always had this red over the right hand corner pocket.
Thank you. 8. $14. $19. $20.
He's worked these nicely.
26.
Both reds will pot into the corner pocket here. $27. And he'd love to try and pot the red that's blocking the path of the pink into the bottom left hand corner pocket as well. He can get on that now. Well, maybe shot this time. That's a lovely positional shot. Looks a lot more comfortable now. When we did say that intervals can sometimes change matches. They come at the right time for one player
34.
and the wrong time for another. And in this case, definitely the right time for Joe Perry.
$39. 40.
The mistake was made earlier from Tom Ford, not getting that pink on its spot early enough. We're struggling for position after that.
I think looking at Joey, he had a wee glance up at the commentary box. He pulled the face. He thought he'd missed the
46.
pink there. Look at those reds, a little pattern they're sitting in there.
47.
Might just be okay. He's got an angle on the blue to stun in behind the reds. Even choice of reds here. Played it well. Left the red for the middle, red for the corner. That's where you're putting the cue ball,
52.
giving yourself choices.
$53.
Yeah, he's got a nice angle on the blue. He's coming around to see these two reds. Will they pot into the left-hand centre pocket? It looks like they will, but he can screw in behind them if he, and that will tell us that the top one goes.
58.
So now 40 points ahead. He's going to need red. Oh, Joe.
Joe Perry, 58.
The fact that he screwed it in just made that pot a little bit more difficult. Could have just dropped it in dead weight.
One.
Well, would you believe it? Hard to believe that red went all the way down the table into the corner pocket. It's not on the brown, so all he can do here is just try and roll up dead weight behind the green. If you get it really tight to the screen,
Tom Ford, 1.
not tight enough, but still tricky enough. Not too difficult to hit these reds, of course, but tricky enough to get it safe.
Hasn't got it safe. Okay, he's 38 behind, but if he gets nicely onto the pink here, he can then get to the two reds. Just coming around to have a look at the scoreboard there.
One.
It's a thin one on the blue, and as long as he avoids canning into the yellow, he can get back to the reds. Might be able to screw it in. He's avoided the yellow. Doesn't want to hit the jaw here. Might just be okay. If he misses the jaw of the middle pocket, he would have been perfect there. I think he can just see enough of this.
Yeah, it's perfect, isn't he? Just again checking the scoreboard. What is he going to need?
Doesn't really matter what colour he plays on. There's plenty there for him.
Good pot. Now let's have a look at the scores. 23 behind.
7.
Pink 32 behind. Pink will put him 26 behind. So he's going to need red in all the colours, and including the black. It's an opportunity that he didn't think he was going to get, and this was a similar red to what Joe Perry missed earlier.
13.
Well, he's still looking at the scoreboard, Tom. Sometimes your mind scrambled a little bit out there. He's working out to see if he's going to need the black, and as Ken said, if he does his arithmetic correctly. But listen, just make sure you keep potting the balls, Tom. Don't take your concentration away from job at hand here. If you pot them all, you win the frame.
I'm just wondering, does that yellow pass the brown? It looks like it does. Into the top left hand corner pocket. This shot will tell us whether it does or not, or it obviously does. So yellow, green, brown, blue, pink and black. It's going to be a difficult black.
Thank you. 21.
What his plan would be to put the white just to the right of the black. It's slightly easier into the left corner, not as far to travel. It's all about getting nicely on the pink in such a way that he can drop about a foot in behind the black would do. This looks to be just about, well, done with travelling a little bit more. He doesn't really want to be leaving the black into the right corner pocket, but I think he may have to do that now. And he's got to play this with lots of side to get close to the black. You can see the angle he's faced with here.
It's not easy, is it? Just another couple of inches, he would have been perfect. You've got to play it lots of right hand side.
Well, the way he was looking there, Ken, he was looking to just pot the pink and then play a safety on the black.
Yeah,
I think that's what he's going to do. Leave the white where the black is and get the black up onto the balk cushion.
Oh, this is a bit hard.
Dear.
Wow.
Come 439.
Listen, what a shot he's left though for Joe Perry. 4-1 behind, black ball fight. If you ever seen a pressure pot, this is one here. Don't blame him. Had he have been 4-1 in front, he would have taken that on.
Yeah, absolutely. Just delighted to be back at the table, I presume, Joe. Thought the frame was gone. This is a massive frame now for both players. Oh, he's played this well. Played it very well indeed. When you play that shot, you always want the cue ball to be higher than the object ball, in this case the black.
Just about okay, but he didn't mean to hit it that thin. Look at Tom's face. Oh, it'll still pop, but boy, is it tough.
Just wondering, would he play it with lots of right hand side, taking the cue ball, hitting it with a bit of pace. If he misses it, it may go safe. But it's a very, very difficult pot. You have to be so accurate. And of course, the more pace you hit it with, Dennis, the less likely it is to go in.
And the longer you take over it, the more difficult it would be if you're going to take the pot on. He's looking at the safety now. Well, he's back looking at the potting angle. But if he had a pot at the pink and left the black, it would have been a few shots ago. It would have been easier than this one.
I'm just wondering, Dennis, if he leaves the cue ball where the black is, knocks the black up into the bulk area, and maybe going very, very close to the green pocket. Let's see what he's going to try here. He's taken a long time at it. He's come around to have a look at the black again.
Well, it'll not be far off 2 minutes thinking time. Here we go.
What a shot in the end, and the way he played it. Fantastic pot from Tom Ford. What a finish.
He's one away from a place in the semi-final. He leads Joe Perry now by 5 frames to 1.
Yeah, what a moment and what a steal. Tom Ford, 18 years a professional, 35 years of age and on the brink, perhaps, of a Triple Crown semi-final at long last. But getting over the line is always the tough part, and indeed Joe Perry took the next frame with breaks of 50 and 30 to reduce his arrears to 3. And we're heading into frame 8 now.
Dear me. Wow. He's definitely under a bit of pressure here, and it's quite understandable. To get into the semi-final of the UK Championship would be quite a milestone in Tom's career. But he's certainly putting himself through the ringer out there, Ken.
Yeah, he certainly is. You can feel the tension building. His opponent will definitely sense that.
9.
Nice angle on the black to try and disturb some reds here. Yeah, well played. Could have been a bit unlucky. Could have been a
60.
bit nicer. So just try and drop the black in and go up for that red. Left of the yellow. No. No, another chance for Tom Ford.
Joe Perry 17.
Well, as Joe goes back to his seat, if he can get this red Tom Ford in such a way that he gets on the black, he could bring those 3 reds into play. So once again, don't overthink it, Tom. Just play your natural game. He did that previously when he was on the blue and couldn't make his mind up when to go into the black and reds, and overthought things.
Certainly slowed up considerably over these last couple of frames. Average shot time now up to 27 seconds. That was 21 or 2 in those first 4 frames. No.
Just lost a bit of rhythm. He's just not playing his natural game at the moment. It's, I suppose, tough to do, but I mean, he's in a great position here. And I like this shot here. That's played to perfection. That's the sort of thing Tom should have been trying to do. Get over that side of the table. And now he can go into the reds. Oh, he didn't get enough screw on it. Where's the cue ball going to finish up? It's close to the pocket. It's in.
Foul.
And I'll tell you what, it could be a free ball. I mean, that is very unlucky. It's going to be close. I'm not sure if it's quite a free ball. Joe's looking anxiously at it.
I don't think so then. I think he's okay. You can put the cue ball on the yellow spot. No, I don't think it is. No, it's not. Definitely not. Put the cue ball on the yellow spot and you can see both sides of that red.
Let me just check it.
No, that's not a free ball.
Yeah, and if only Leo called a free ball, and Tom said, I don't think it is. I mean, doesn't happen in many sports, that.
And fair play to Tom Ford saying, no, I don't think it is a free ball.
See. Got to be able to hit the extreme edge of the left of the 3 reds that are near the cushion.
No, there's plenty around there.
That's a free ball, Tom. Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Joe, if I were you, I'd get up and check it. I really don't think that's a free ball.
You need to be able to hit the extreme side of this. Coming past that. Okay?
Well, I'm surprised Joe Perry has not had a look. What do you think then?
Well, I mean, if Tom doesn't think it's a free ball, he doesn't have to take it. But I mean, you got to go with what the referee says. It's a very, very tight one, but Leo's convinced that he can see the extreme edge of the left of the 3 reds there when he put the cue ball on the yellow spot. It's a very tight one. It's still all about those 3 reds. Even if he takes a free ball, he'll take the colours, an extra red, get onto a colour to then try and bring them into play.
I'm just very surprised that Joe hasn't got up to have a look. But anyway, referee's decision at the end of the day.
I'm right down the line, Ken, and if the yellow was the cue ball, he wouldn't be able to hit the extreme right-hand side of that red as we look at it.
The yellow's not on its spot, then
Yeah.
He's got a kick there. Now, does he have the angle on the black?
1.
He has some sort of an angle, but it's not a very good angle. bit surprised then as he didn't try and go into the reds from the yellow or the pink, maybe, you know. When the pink was in bulk, it seemed a bigger target. Good effort, but just didn't have enough angle. So at least that decision by
8.
referee, whether it was right or wrong, at least it hasn't decided this match. That's a pretty good shot, just a little bit short of pace.
Very tricky red to the left corner pocket. And Tom Ford is looking for a red, a colour, and a red.
Foul, remiss.
And
Joe
this,
Perry. 4.
I was going to say it could be a free ball, but Joe, well, it's still
Honestly.
nice to see they've got a bit of humour there. Joe, before he came out of his seat, said free ball. Now, will he be tempted by that red? Can always have it replaced because it's not a nice shot to have to take on, so he is having it put back.
Ben, can you bring it up? Round about the green spot. Yeah. Okay. Oh, sure.
Can always change your mind and play a different shot. And that's not the best. Okay, the black won't go in the left corner, but the pink's available. But every shot now for Joe also is a pressure pot. Well played.
1.
Very well played. And if that red next to the black is available into the right corner and he's got a bit of angle on this pink, it's not a bad chance.
Yeah, red definitely pots. And you see it.
7. Eight.
Yeah. The only sort of difficult ball you would suggest is maybe the green.
Yeah, that will be key, won't it, Ken? Getting on the yellow in such a way that he can drop over behind that green.
16.
Key now that he gets nicely on the yellow to give himself a chance to get over behind the green.
No, he's missed the black.
Can you believe it? Joe
Perry,
can't.
16.
As he stamps his foot. That's cost him today. He's missed a few. I think 3 or 4 blacks off the spot, Ken.
He's missed 2 in this frame.
Thank you. Settle down.
What a chance for Tom Ford. He can pot the yellow, come off the ball cushion. There is room to get close to that green.
2.
He's played this nicely. Yeah. scoreboard.
Do you know, he's absolutely dead straight on the green, and he's going to need the green and the brown, but at least he'll have a shot at the brown. He'd love to get a bit closer to it. He can't do much with this. Just roll it in. Probably the biggest shot of his career so far, coming right up now.
He's just got to fully commit to this, Dennis.
It's there.
I mean, that is a great shot under the circumstances.
So much pressure on that. He'll be quite relieved.
Tom Ford 9.
Well, snooker's needed. Big smiles. He should be into the semi-final for the very first time in his career. It's just the one snooker that's needed, and not the best effort from Joe there. He must be so disappointed. Joe Perry would have been favoured for this match. The way he played against Judd Trump was incredible. 2 century breaks, 3-1 down. It just didn't happen in the first part of this quarter-final for him. But take nothing away from Tom Ford. He will be feeling delighted inside, Ken.
Yeah, great occasion for Tom Ford for a semi-final.
Well, the pink, it doesn't drop, but it gets a handshake from Joe Perry. And what a magnificent victory that is for Tom Ford. His first ever UK semi-final. He defeats Joe Perry by 6 frames to 2.
And here he is. Congratulations, Tom. First time in a Triple Crown semi-final. Explain how special this is for you.
I don't know, to be honest. It's not sunk in yet, but I just want to get to the dressing room to get my phone, to be honest, because my little one was in the nativity play earlier. So I just want to get there and watch that. I don't want to be here. Just let me go.
Oh, I'm sure Jack's done fantastically well. What was he playing today? A sheep or what?
I think he was a sheep last year. He's the king this year.
He's gone up in the rankings.
He's gone up in the rankings, as indeed have you. And funnily enough, we had that funny exchange with you and Rob Walker, the MC, going out into the arena. I just wonder, did it actually relax you in what was a pretty nerve-wracking experience?
A little bit. But I didn't know what to expect, to be honest, because when Rob tells you one thing, he does the complete opposite. So I was just happy he didn't make too much of it. So just when I got to the seat, I just calmed down and just got on with the match. And
you got a great start then, didn't you? You really set off very, very strongly, very sprightly indeed, going 4-0 up.
Yeah, I did have a lot of run. I must say I did have a lot of run. I'm sure Joe will remind me next time I see him. But when I got in, I felt pretty good and I just sort of took what was there, really.
So go on, talk us through the black that was massive, frame 4-1. You know, it's 4-1. He's left the black. He hasn't quite played the shot he wants. What do you think in there? Because that was a tough shot, wasn't it?
Yeah. I didn't know whether to just hold the white on the bottom rail and send the black round the angles, and then there was a chance it could go in the green pocket.
Right.
And that way I've got a good white, because it's tough down them rails, because the cushions are bouncing so much, so you've got to get it nailed on, really, to pot it. And in the end, I just thought, you know what, I'm just going to go for it. Yeah. And luckily enough, it went in.
How much was a day off important? Because I was in the box when you played Lu Ning the other night, and he put you through the ringer, didn't he, Lu Ning? So nice to get a bit of come-down time.
Yeah, especially after that match, because I think it took 5.5 hours.
Yeah, it was tough, wasn't it?
And for a best of 11, that's a long time.
Yeah. And you have like the 6-5 in this event, haven't you? You've had 3 of them already.
It's been a tough road, hasn't it, really?
Yeah. Earlier on in the tournament, I don't feel like I've played that great at all. I just scraped through my first and then my second, and then, fortunately for me, Alan just didn't turn up. He just didn't play his game at all.
I was going to say how much you're thanking Alan for tuning you up for this one. Sorry, Paul.
Nothing to do.
But yeah, I was lucky that Alan didn't turn up at all. And then really, Joe didn't turn up today. He'll be angry with himself because the way he played against Judd, he played well. And then today, he struggled.
But hey, you had to take your chances. You're the man who did the work and you're in there. How do you feel about playing Ronnie?
It's always nice when you play Ronnie because you know if you win or lose, it's going to get over and done with quick. I've not got nobody hanging around, and Ronnie's the best player to pick up a cue, so it's going to be difficult. But I've just got to take my chances and forget I'm playing Ronnie.
Yeah, well, you're a great scorer. You can score heavily, Tom, and we wish you all the best tomorrow. And great to see you progressing this far. Well played indeed. Go and see Jack and the Nativity play. Well played.
Cheers, thank you.